Alright guys, welcome back to the first official video of Busby Bets. So this channel is dedicated to UFC and MMA tips and bets. We look at all the fights, break them down, independently look at past fighters' histories, and essentially just have a look at each fight and determine who's going to win, what round they're going to win, and how they're going to win. So please like this video and subscribe. I would appreciate it very, very much. So last week we had the Cannoneer card here for Baralio, and we did very, very well. We picked four favorites. As you can see, I'll pull up my bets that I put on, and we were very, very successful. So for this next card, UFC Fight Night Burns Brady, we're hoping to replicate that same level of success. So here we go. Let's break down this card from the prelims to the main event. All right, so who we got? So Burns, yep, Andre, Garcia, Schnell, Trevor Peak. Okay, so definitely some decent fights, and then you come down Felipe. Okay, but let's start with the middleweight bout: Andre Petrosky versus Dylan Budaka. Okay, so let us have a look at the betting odds. Without looking at the betting odds, I'm going to assume Andre Petrosky is going to win simply because of the photo, as he has had when they're in the grey. You get the grey photos, and that means they're fresh to the UFC. They haven't even had their UFC debut, and maybe he's a upcoming prospect, but I've never heard of the bloke. So let us look at the odds. And there you go. So Dylan Budaka is paying nearly $3.20, and Andre is the clear favorite. Okay, let us also look at the matchup. So 11-4, 7-3, height. How do they win? Significant strikes. Okay, is he this bloke a grappler? No. Takedown defense. And the odds won't be there. Yeah, so I don't know too much about these men, but I'm going to take Andre Petrosky. Nice and simple. Good favorite. You could chuck him in your multi, or just have him as a nice good favorite to start. All right, let's go to the next fight. Yiza versus Gabriel Santos. Now, I think, yeah, road to UFC. I thought this Zai had come from the road to UFC. 24-4, pretty good record. Now, let us check the odds on this guy. Okay, so Santos is the favorite. Okay, Zai only paying $3. That is quite surprising. With a record like that, interesting. Look at the significant strikes. Maybe let me look at. Okay. So 6 wins by knockout, 11 wins by submission, 13 first round finishes. Wow. So he has a over 60% finish rate. That is quite high. And he's had one. Oh no, he lost his first fight in the UFC. Is that right? But that was more than a year ago. Okay. And it was a split decision. Okay, interesting. The reason I look so in depth at Zai is because Gabriel Santos has had some time in the UFC. He's also coming off a loss more than a year ago. Interesting. 4 first round finishes. Yeah, coming off 2 losses. Interesting. Okay. So, look, Santos, clear favorite. However, Zai, I don't know how hard he's been training. He's road to UFC. This is his second fight in the UFC, coming off a loss nearly a year ago. I think I might take Zay on this as an underdog. That is a good good underdog odds, nearly $3. And Santos coming off 2 losses, Zai with a lot of first round finishes. That's quite a high record. And also, if I'm not mistaken, Lee is a well, quite a good fighter, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to move on because I don't want to spend too much time on the prelims. I'm going to take Zai as an underdog. Moving on, Felipe dos Santos. Now I know Felipe. He can't remember who he fought, but he came in as a on short notice against who did he come on to short notice? It was a dog. He came in on short notice. Yeah, Manuel Cap when he was meant to fight Cara France in Australia, and he put up a performance. Like it was a very good fight. Like you can see, went to decision, and it was honestly, I know it says unanimous there, but I think it was quite a close fight. Yeah, and then he's also coming off a win against this bloke, Altamirano. Can't even pronounce the name. But yeah, I'm gonna take Dos Santos. Looking straight away, he he looks extremely good in this division. So far, Zay, Petrowski, and Felipe Dos Santos. Now we got the unlocked character Isaac, and then Brendan Morosi. Okay, so I don't know either of these blokes. Look at these stats: win by significant. What's going on over here? Bloody absorb per minute 42. It's off the bloody scale. What the hell's going on there? So looking at these odds, so Isaac. Also, it's only a pick'em, and Andrew Lim is the favorite, so that's some value. I'm gonna take Dos Santos in that fight. Um. Anyway, who are we looking at now? Sorry, Isaac. So Isaac. Oh, Isaac is the clear favorite. Wow. So unlockable character, clearly the favorite. So since I know neither of these blokes, an 850 underdog, and we're in the bloody prelims, and he's on. I don't even know what the bloke looks like. I'm gonna take Isaac to win. Can I see? Oh, there you go. There he is. You can have a look at him. Okay, so he's coming off a loss, split decision, beginning of the year. 6 first round finishes. Okay, so I'm not going to waste too much time on that. Let us take Isaac. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Woman, look, personally, I don't even bloody bet on the woman because anything could happen in these women fights. I mean, anything could happen in any MMA fight. That's the game. However, I'm just going to go with straight up the favorite here, Jacqueline. Yeah, there you go. Let us take Jacqueline Jacqueline Amorim, and let us move on. Ryan Spain. Okay, 21-10, 27-17. So, and these are light heavyweights. Okay, interesting. Let us look at the odds. Ryan Spain. Okay, interesting. So, another quite clear favourite here. Ryan Spain. Do not know neither of these men. Let me look at Ryan's wins. Coming off a loss. I'm going to take Ryan Spain here, as I don't know neither of these men, and I don't think Ovanis is also coming off a loss. Yeah. Oh, coming off a win. He is win. He came off a win. Split decision. Okay. Interesting. Rua. Wow. That's interesting. Anyway, moving on. Let's take Ryan Spain as the favourite. Last fight on the prelims. Rong Zhu versus Chris Padilla. Let us look at the odds here. Chris Padilla, interesting. Another clear favourite. Let us look at Rong Zhu, 24-5. Four wins by submission, one by decision, 13 wins by knockout. Interesting. Medos. I think I watched that fight a while ago. So, simple as that. I think I'm going to take the favourite here as well. Rong Zhu, knockout. 13 wins by knockout. I think that's a safe bet. Moving on to the main card. Trevor Peek versus Yanal. So Trevor Peek, is looking very good, and I do think Trevor Peek is going to win this by knockout, or yeah, I'd say early submission knockout. There you go, 100% KO TKO. I think that's an absolute lock. Let's have a look at the odds. I haven't even had a look yet. Trevor Peek. He's an underdog. Interesting. It's a pickup. I think that's some easy value, nearly $2 on Sportsbet. But as a slight underdog, I'm going to take Trevor Peek. Can I see their age? Doesn't show their age. I think Yanel is quite a few years older than Trevor Peek, although probably around the same age. I think in their late 20s, maybe early 30s. But I do think Trevor Peek has this, even though it's a pick'em. I'm going to take Trevor Peek. Moving on, Matt Schnell versus Alessandro Costa. Now, I remember watching a Matt Schnell fight recently, I do believe. Yeah, he's the bloke who got knocked out by Urseg in that beautiful right hook. So he's coming off a big knockout loss. However, yeah. So his last win was in July 22. So he's coming off a knockout loss from Urseg. Interesting. 30 seconds in. So second round. So it was a big knockout. Alessandro Costa. Interesting. Let us have a look at the odds. I'm going to assume they're favoring Costa. And the odds aren't there. That's interesting. Well, maybe you'll find them on somewhere else. I wonder who the favorite is. Interesting. Let me look this up. Yeah, there you go. So Matt Schnell coming off that knockout loss, clear underdog, Alessandro Costa. I do believe. Let me look at Costa. Coming off a win. Yep. I think that's a clear favorite. I do not believe. And he also lost to Urseg. That is interesting on a decision. Okay, so both of these men have lost to Urseg. And he went to decision with the bloke. So I think that's all you need to see. One man was clearly knocked out by Steve Urseg, and then the one went to a decision with him. Even though it was unanimous, that is still far better than a knockout. So I'm going to take Alessandro Costa. Steve Garcia versus Kyle Nelson. Let me reload the page, sorry. So, yeah, wow. So, as you can see, Steve Garcia has had a lot of wins in the last recent. KO, 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 KO. Yeah. Decision, decision. He's coming off a few wins. Interesting. Still, though, right, the clear winner of that was Steve Garcia. So, I'm going to take Steve Garcia. I think we've spent enough time on these blokes. I think as simple as that. Now, Jessica Andrade. So, I haven't even looked at the odds. I'm going to assume she is the favorite. I mean, who looks like they'd win a bloody fight? This one looks like you're going to sell buy cupcakes off her, and this one looks like she's going to steal you for your bloody car keys. So, let me look at the odds. Jessica Andrade. I'm wrong. I'm very wrong. Jessica Andrade is the underdog. Underdog. And Miss Cupcakes, Natalia Silva, is the favourite. Interesting. Well, look, if you want to be safe, take Natalia Silva. However, I don't think she's had the level of competition. She's on a few wins. She's won the last 3 fights. But have a look at the difference between competition of these two women. No, she's been doing well. Yeah, I remember when she fought Mackenzie Dern. Remember that fight? And then a split decision with Rodriguez. So she's on a decent run too. I think I'm going to take Jessica Andrade. $3 odds. Good. That's some good money right there. I think Jessica Andrade has been fighting. How do you say Andrade? Andrade, yeah. Jessica Andrade has been fighting high level competition, and I'm going to take her to win by maybe late round TKO, second or third. Now, the main event, what we're all here for. As you can see, my boy Gilbert Burns coming off that loss to JDM. He is the underdog against Sean Brady, who I believe last fight was against Gastelum. Okay. Yes, I remember that. And Gastelum he was looking fat. He was overweight. Yeah, he was not looking too good. But I believe, yes, Bilal. So he got KO'd by the decision merchant himself. I didn't even know that. Interesting. I swear I remember that being a closer fight. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, I mean, if you can get finished by Bilal, maybe you aren't very good. I mean, the way Bilal ragdolled Leon, though, I guess who knows? Who knows? But anyway, moving on. Gilbert Burns. Now look, I remember very clearly, Gilbert Burns. He had a good fight against JDM, who JDM is fresh, up and coming. He looked tremendous in that fight against Gilbert Burns, and was arguably it was the second round? Oh no, it was the third round. He got TKO'd, didn't he? Yeah, third round TKO. Arguably, he was going 1-1 into the third. Burns was looking very good. He was getting the grappling on Jack. He was looking good. And then that one big knee in the third round, and then it was over as soon as that happened, and Jack won. So look, also both coming off losses to Bilal. I think look, I could see Sean Brady winning. I could see him, but people are saying, "Oh, Burns is washed," but he's still fighting high level competition. Um, and yeah, I think that Sean Brady is extremely overrated. I think he just beat Gastelum, who I think is dog shit. And yeah, I'm gonna take the underdog Gilbert Burns on this one. So a few underdogs, a few favorites. Lots of fighters I don't know on this card. Lots of fighters I do know on this card. However, for the main event, I'm gonna take Gilbert Burns. I do. I think he might get the finish. I do believe Gilbert Burns he's trying to prove that he's one of those top competitors. He wants to stay in that top five. Is he still? What ranking is he? Oh, he's in six. Well, he wants to stay in that top half of the top 10, and I do believe Gilbert Burns can get it done. However, I do think Sean Brady could win, more likely by decision. I I feel like Gilbert Burns can get it done though. So I'm going to take Gilbert Burns for this weekend. All right, awesome. So that is UFC Fight Night Burns versus Brady. Now, the next big fight card is 306 Noche at the Sphere. O'Malley versus Marab. Divashali, yes. So I'm gonna make that video probably the week before um, the fight, and this is a tremendous card as you can see. O'Malley, Marab, Grasso, Shevchenko, Ortega, Lopez, Meep Meep versus this bloke. Who even is that? Yeah, so some terrific fights. Even though people shit on that card, I think it's great. And yes, so thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. First video of the channel, and we ain't stopping anytime soon. So peace, and I hope those multis hit. Thank you, everybody. Peace.